Hi everyone, let's solve this problem longest substring without repeating characters. Given a string S, find the length of the longest substring without duplicate characters. So basically a substring is nothing but a continuous part of a string. That's all. And any continuous part can be a substring, and the entire string can also be a substring. So we just have to find the length of the longest substring without duplicate characters. So if you see, all the characters here or all the unique characters here are A, B and C. Maximum is 3, and we can have a ABC as the maximum length. That is all possible here. And let's take this. There are 1 2 3 4 4 unique characters, but if you see, wke or kew can be the longest one of length 3. We cannot include p because if we include pw, that's maximum 2, and we cannot include w again because it will have a duplicate characters. Now let's try to come up with a brute force solution for this. So if I start finding the substrings, so let's say for example A can be a substring. Now with all the substrings starting with A, what will I have to do is basically I have to expand my substring. A, AB, ABC, ABCA, ABCAB and so on. Again if I start with B, B, BC, BCA, BCAB, BCABC, right? C, CA, CAB, CABC, CAB, CB, right? That is how with every starting character I will just keep expanding my substring till the end. That's how I find all the substrings, and then I'll use a set to know what are the unique characters and like find my result. But if you observe, once I have a substring A, ABC, ABCA, and then I find A, any substring after that will not be important because it will always have a duplicate character A, right? In the same way, if I have a substring ABC or BC, I already have calculated whatever are unique characters for BC, which is already present in ABC. So I don't have to repeat my work. These are the two things. For the same reason, we will try to iterate our characters at max once. So how can we do that? We can use a two pointer approach. So we will point our left to 0, right to also 0. Now when I do that, what will I do? I am currently at character A, and I'll also maintain a set for me to calculate the unique characters or storing the unique characters, or to check if the character is already visited or not. So now I see A and it's not present in set. What will I do? I'll just insert it. Then I'll also calculate my result. How will I calculate? So we have to find the maximum length or the longest length. So initially result will be 0. Now my answer will be R minus L plus 1, right? So the result was already 0, R minus L was 0 minus 0 plus 1. So my result will be currently 1. Now I will move my R pointer and I'll find AB. A also I will insert because it's not present. Then my answer will be 1 minus 0 plus 1, it will be 2. And then I'll visit my C. How? By iterating my R. C is also not present in my set. I will insert into the set. Now my answer will be 3 basically, because 2 minus 0 plus 1 will be 3. Now I am done with this. Now I find A. What will I do? I basically R will be at 3. I find A, it's already there. What will I do? I will delete this character and then insert my and also increment my L, because we are not going to worry about A now because we have found all the longest substring with A till C. So going forward we do not need any other characters with that. So now my L is at 1. That means B. And BC we have already calculated, right? So now again we are inserting A. Now all the calculation here is for the substrings which are starting with B instead of A, because as we discussed, we already found a duplicate in the substring starting with A, so we are not going to calculate going forward. So now we will be inserting A, and 3 minus 1 plus 1 will be 3. We already found that. Now again I find B. That means I already have B in my set. So that means we cannot go forward with any substrings with B. Now what will I do for B? Since it's already present, I will delete B. I will insert B. Right? And now again I will increment my L to 2 because we are not worried about the substrings with AB. We are at pointer 2. Now 3 minus 2 plus 1. Okay, 1 second. We also have to increment our so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. We are at 4. 4 minus 2 plus 1 will again be 3, right? And then I am at C. Here 5. My R will be 5, and I am seeing 5. What will I do now? C is already present, so I will have to delete C, increment my L to 3. That means we are not worried about anymore with the string starting with C, and we are moving with all the substrings starting with A. And now I will insert C, and yeah, now I'll calculate again my maximum 5 minus 3 plus 1 and so on. We'll keep calculating this. So let's take one more example. And why are we doing L minus R minus L plus 1 instead of L minus R is R will always be, R is basically expanding your substring, right? So R will be always towards the end and L will be towards the start. So we will be subtracting R minus L instead of L minus R. So now I have a set. I have a character A. I will insert A. And also increment, before incrementing, I will also calculate my result. So 0 minus 0 plus 1 will be 1. Now I will increment my R. What will happen? AB. B is not present already, so I will be inserting B. Now B is already being inserted. Now R minus 1, 1 minus 0 plus 1 is 2. Right? The result we found so far is 2. Now I found B. Right? I found B. Again, so basically this will be 2, and I found B. But if you see, if I delete A as well, what will happen? Okay, I'll delete A. I should also delete B, right? Because if I just delete A, I still will have B character. So we should delete all the duplicate characters found so far. So I will be deleting B as well. That means my L also will be pointing to 2 after this, because we have deleted all the characters and we are starting from here. Now again I will insert B and then A. So basically how can we delete all the duplicate characters we have seen so far is basically using a while loop. We just have to use a while loop and delete all the duplicate characters we have seen so far. That's all we have to do. Yep, let's try to code this up. So let's define our set and let L is equals to 0. Let, okay, R we can just take inside the loop. is dot length r plus plus. So now what are we doing here is basically while so we have to check if char set has s of r. What will we do? We will delete and l plus plus. And then what can we do? We will have to add a. If we have to add a, we just have to add s of r, and then we will calculate our result. So we also have to maintain our result pointer. Result is equals to, as we already discussed, mat dot max of result comma r minus l plus 1. Now we are going to return result, right? So let's understand this. Cool. Let's run this. Okay, we have to delete s of l, not because s of l stands for the character which is present, right? We just have to delete that character and we have to move forward. Now let's try to submit the solution, and it works. And let's also understand for this. So if you see here, what are we trying to do is nothing but we are trying to delete all the characters before whatever we have seen, and it does work. And now I hope it is clear that basically we try to keep expanding until we find a duplicate character, and once we find a duplicate character, we kind of move our left pointer towards right, so that we don't have to work on already seen work, and we will reuse the work which we have already done using the set. So I hope the solution is clear, and the time complexity of this solution is that big O of n if the length of the substring or string is length n, and the space complexity obviously will be big O of n because we are using a set and we have a at max. Let's say if we have, even if we have big O of n, here we can consider it as a time complexity of constant time, because it can be all English letters, digits, symbols and space. That's it. So we can, at max there would be 100, like we don't have a count as of now, but at max there can be like 100 or 150, whatever it is, but the maximum space would be constant time is what we can consider here. Yeah, that's all about the solution. Thank you.